copyright, trademark,
trademark.
nothing. Just part of the design. Don't shh. Don't tell me
Some people I've spoken to think the business is called Made to be Different.
that. What are you, mate? Sports group, made to be different, mate.
Made talent group.
Made to be different. Let's go, Sam.
Alrighty, boys.
Where are we looking? Straight ahead.
Yeah, straight ahead.
Look at that rooster. Talk me through it.
This was one of the first larger deals we did as a business. That's Patrick. Patrick's one of the great people we've met over the journey, I would say.
Shoot for Amy.
Shoot for Amy in Brighton, dressed up as a sort of castaway figure there, as you can see.
Very good.
But yeah, he's an amazing person. 350 tonight.
Kicks five.
Kicks 5 tonight. That will age well, I reckon. Yeah, terrific human, good fella, been great for our business. We've done a fair bit with him. Fair bit to go as well, so good memories. You probably take the lead on this one, I would have thought.
That's my wedding in March of 2023. So it's great memories, obviously, from that weekend. Haim, speaking of other great people, he was the MC for the evening, which was amazing. And yeah,
Didn't want to open your eyes in that shot.
No, I often have.
Like Haim and I've nailed that.
Often have closed eyes in photos. But that was a great weekend. Time flies. Nearly, well, it is over 2 years ago now. So
Can you talk us through the Rocky pose?
Lara
on the
still
right?
hasn't changed her surname.
Nah, she's not either, is she?
No,
Talk us through the Rocky pose.
just tough. Yeah, we got very lucky.
Very good wedding, Sam. One of the great weddings. Beautiful couple, Will and Lara. This was a good night. I was selling the dream to Will this day, so flew to Sydney. We'd been in touch, obviously the whole way through, remained good friends. He was at TLA. I'd started made off the back of Bursty, sort of 6 months in, was it? Close to that, maybe not quite. Flew to Sydney, pitched in what I wanted to create alongside him and what was in place at the moment and where it could go, and sort of agreed there and then and took Will and Lara out to dinner at Hubert's, which is a beautiful restaurant
Very
in
nice.
downtown Sydney, sort of underground, jazz sort of setup, piano playing, dimmed lights, very romantic actually.
Was.
No, that was a great dinner.
Yeah, I was living in Coogee, so yeah, Jay flew up, as he said, and yeah, it was a lovely dinner.
Would you say
fair bill at the end of it as
there
well?
was a fair bill, but expense that through the business, that's okay. Be interesting to look back on that pitch. I reckon I did a month or two ago. It's actually not, like it's a different business, but it's not too different to what we sort of spoke through that day, I reckon, so. It's the old brand skate park
Yeah,
outside Bursty.
little photo shoot. This is obviously after we joined forces, got the team at Bursty. Who was it? Benny Gibson, was it? Took photos for us.
Yeah, it was Benny, yep. Great man, Benny. We're operating out of the Bursty office for a little bit, so we would come down and yeah, we would work out of there, and the guys yeah, very supportive of me creating Made and then Will coming on board, and yeah, allowed us to work out of there for a period of time, which was very kind of them. And still close with everyone at Bursty today, so they're building a really good business. So. Speaking of fun.
This is a laugh. This is the first Made prelim bite lunch we ever had, so it's an annual thing now that the Friday, is it, or the Thursday maybe? Friday night game, the prelim, when there's one in Melbourne, we take some friends and clients to lunch, and then we all go to the MCG to watch the game. So this is the first iteration of it, which predominantly it's just friends, to be honest. Not many clients. In that shot.
There's Brandon, BFT, the rest are pretty much mates. Yeah, a lot of fun. Andy's #1 ticket holder, top left there.
Giants Pies, that's right.
That was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Toby kicks a goal in the third, put him 3 goals up, I reckon. Will and I were the only 2 Giant supporters amongst 100,000, it felt like, and ended up getting done by a point, was it?
Yeah, stiff.
This is sort of playing in the event space here. We created the idea was that we pitched into the CSM team to recreate like a virgin party in grand final week. So this was the second year of that at Bell's Hotel in South Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
Sam was very generous, the owner of the Bell's Hotel, and allowed us to hold the party there, which was a mix of players and corporates and people in the industry. And I went for sort of 3 years, third year last year, which was really successful, and no charge for anyone attending, but yeah, great time had by all.
Grand final week. This is the week after in that 2023 year, I think. Obviously it's a busy period with lots of talent, appearances and activity throughout the whole week, but this is on grand final day, so Tobes had a busy day with Izzy from the CSM team there, and then in the middle that was everything had been done by that point, so having a quick beer. That was the week after Tobes' prelim disappointment, so he had a quick beer and then couldn't bear to watch the granny, I think, so he ducked off, and
Tobes and I
two
probably
great men on the right.
could have shared an iron that morning by the looks of our shirts. Yeah.
It's the linen look though.
I think
You
it's the
don't wanna
linen.
be-
Yeah, it's the linen. On trend, so.
Yeah, that's a bit of merch packing, I think, for early fifth quarter days downstairs here in Eclar, when we just used any storeroom we could.
Yeah. Shout out to Eclar for giving us a home. This is an iconic photo. This is the first day of the first camp we ever ran. So Toby, Isaac, their baby alongside us as well, and Eliza. So started a camps business called Fifth Quarter Camps. Having coffee with Toby one day in Coogee Little Cafe. It was actually the day of Will's Bucks, and he had this idea of creating a kids camp business in Sydney. So we went away, built out a bit of a framework with what that could look like, approached Isaac. Yeah, another great human. And then a couple of key ambassadors in Chloe and Elise, who have been amazing since day one as well. So building a really special business alongside the whole team. Tom Green's an ambassador now, and special shout out to Toby Bedford and Finn and the other guys that have helped us out, Robbie Fox and Hayden and a whole host of them. So yeah, a lot of fun. 8 or so camps a year and a heap of kids that come to each camp, which is fantastic.
This one's a laugh. This was whilst we were consulting to BFT on their partnerships. Optimum Nutrition was a brand we had been chatting with for a long time about being the major partner. We had a meeting or a call.
We had a pitch, I think.
Yeah.
Nat was coming in.
Yeah. Long story short, we thought we had this great deal done. Everyone was super pumped. We were super pumped. And then it fell over at the 11th hour of the deal because they had an international McLaren F1 deal that
Probably trumps us, to be honest.
But gee, it felt good for that few days.
How's our hair?
It's pretty sharp.
Pretty woolly. This was, this is our first employee, Will Thomas, who's a great man who worked with us both at TLA. Just a good person, very reliable, moved over to the States with his partner Tegan. Yeah, this is his Bucks. He's obviously on full-time with us now and a great addition to the team, and he's operating out of Burleigh in Queensland, back from the States. This was his Bucks. We started at that cricket place in Armidale, Cricket Wiki, so a few beers there, and then onto, that's the Bell's Hotel as well, actually, so another plug for Sam there, but good memories.
This is a day we went when I was living in Sydney. Tobes, Isaac and I went to visit the Singleton community after the horrific bus crash they had in that area. Isaac was passionate about giving back to the community, as was Toby. So we did a drive up to Singleton from Sydney, visited a few schools and ran a camp for the local footy club there, which was a special day. That was
Just got a takeaway plate of.
Never forget that. day.
breakfast or something there.
Yeah,
Tobes, that's
Tobes
his
is
job.
finishing off his abo and Vegemite.
These people are very special to us from a business and personal point of view. Temper, so Jason and Jacinta, this is just a lunch at Entrecote, just to say thank you for everything essentially. They've been a massive part of our business and so supportive, and wouldn't be where we are today without them both, to be honest with you. So I love working with them. Everyone in our business works across that account, and forever grateful.
Yeah, one of the great young men is Harry Sheasel, laying on his medium soft temper there. Obviously a temper ambassador, but Harry's one of the great people.
Danger, so we've done a bit with Danger, as I said, over the time. This was a Drinkwise shoot. Just having a few photos with the fans in the middle there, very generous with his time, but socks up as always.
Me and the great man Arch, Jay's youngest fella. Don't know when that was, but...
That was around Christmas time, I reckon.
Yeah.
Archie would have been 3 at the time. He's just turned 4. Cheeky as always. He's amazing. Means everything to me, and that's a beautiful photo. We thought, why not hire a limo for your first Christmas party? We
do you look back
randomly...
on that and just, what do you think? Like, what were we thinking? Or
just good times, good memories. It was quite funny. Eliza and Tim picked Deb and I up from home, and we went to Lara's house. We're going to pick up Tobes, and he's like, I'm at the Paran Hotel, Mount Erica. Mount Erica with Dill and Cal Ward and a few others. Come past here for a beer. And we're like, okay. We're actually out the front in 5, so the boys wander out with Toby and Cal Ward, Dill, Toby's other mate.
Well, Tobes couldn't find us, so then it was like, we're in the limo. It was like, bullshit.
Yeah, he didn't believe us. Anyway, we took all the boys to where we were having dinner in the city, and unfortunately couldn't squeeze them onto our table, but yeah, that was a fun night. We'll touch on Haim earlier, but Haim has been a massive influence on my career and Will's. Probably one of the biggest from a business point of view, I would say. So we used to manage him, his commercial world at TLA, and he was not only great to deal with, but taught us both a lot about business and life, and a close friend of both of ours, MC both our weddings. So this is the epitome of a race plan gone wrong. I didn't really even have a race plan, to be honest, but Gold Coast Marathon last year, so 2024, around this time, July, took the family up to run in the half marathon. Hadn't done one before, sort of followed the Garmin training manual.
Coach Greg
that you put me onto. Feeling pretty fit, week of, a bit sniffly, but I was like, we'll give this a good go. Sort of can't explain the excitement you get at the start line. It was pouring, it was like 6 a.m, shocking conditions, but off we went, and 8, 9, 10 Ks in, I'm thinking, geez, I feel good here. I must be pretty fit, and looked down at the watch, and I was doing 4-minute 11K pace, and I was like, this is a lot quicker than what I thought I would go, but I must just be really fit at the moment, and sort of come the 12K mark, even a bit before hit the wall, and had to hang on the last 10. It was it was painful to say the least, but still was happy with the end time. But it was nice to tick that box, and all the family were there, and nice to share it with everyone. So
I was a shoot at Como for March, I think, and the great PC was down. So
Paul's been great for our business. Backed us in from very early on, and we've done a heap with those guys over the last 3 years. So Paul, Robbie and Geish, owners of the business, and very supportive, and no doubt we can do more together moving forward. But we appreciate all their support.
this is the second year, was it, or third?
This is last year, so this is third year,
of the grand final week party that Jay was speaking to earlier. So probably the biggest and best version of it that it's been, really. Mitchell and Ness on board, AFL. How many people were there? It was 400 or 500 people. Was it more?
Yeah, more, I reckon, 600.
Yeah, it was a great night. Yeah, good to see a lot of people from the AFL industry and a lot of players there. It was great. Woke up with a shocking hangover from the Barries, but...
So we co-owned it alongside CSM and Bell's Hotel. Moments were involved as well, Liza's business, but yeah, great event. This was born out of an idea we had alongside colour playing Jesse, who I met at Bursty. He's a very talented, creative young man who owned Push Pull and now owns a business called Colour Playing. We created some player merch. So essentially the thinking is that the players can earn more revenue by commercialising their brand attached to merchandise, essentially. So that's that. This is at the grand final when we're getting ready to take this down to the rooms for the boys to wear and post on their socials, because the Lions were well and truly home at half-time or three-quarter time, I think it was.
Christmas party last year. It was great to have Will and Tegan. They were in Australia, back from the US for the Christmas period, so it was a great night. Weather looked after us. We had a couple of drinks on the balcony at Royal South Yarra and then had a dinner, can't remember the name of it, on...
The Italian place on Turek
Italian, which was really nice to sort of celebrate the year that was.
I think the other part is, like, we're really strong on, and we're small, so it's easier, but our partners are so supportive of what we've created and what we continue to create, so great to share that moment with everyone, including our partners. This was a Colgate shoot with Isaac and Christian Petrarca, so it was a shoot in Sydney, and as you can see by that shot, a fair bit goes into some of these ads, but yeah, that was a good little campaign.
This is out at Temper, again for Toby's shoot. He's another Temper ambassador. Two great people really in the middle there, Toby and Jace Nicholas. Jace is obviously one of our biggest supporters, as Jay touched on, and Tobes is one of our good mates, both Jay and I. Yeah, that was a good day.
GYG, geez, we love working with GYG. So they were a partner of the camps, fifth quarter camps, since day one, and yeah, terrific people, and yeah, great to work with, and shame we can't work with them anymore, but continue to speak to them regularly, and no doubt we'll do more with them in the future. Down in Geelong, trip down the highway, meeting with Paddy, sort of makeshift boardroom in his new Ford Ranger, I think it was. So it's got this massive centre console. So we had a feed inside and it was quite cramped. So we just went to the car and sort of ran through a bit of business.
Cetaphil shoot. This is late last year, late 2024. Nick and Josh are the new ambassadors for the Cetaphil brand. So this was at the shoot, the second part of the shoot, which Abel was doing. Anyway, we needed a dermatologist for the shoot, so I stepped up to the plate and played the role I needed to play, which was, as you can see here, is all live in market now, all those Dacos boys and Isaac Heaney as ambassadors.
This was not that long ago, Ned's milk run. So he did a 4 a.m. run at the Tan, which was extraordinary. There was thousands of people there. Andy, number one ticket holder I've made, called up the night before and said, what about it? Do you want to come run around the town at 4 a.m? So that's that. Another Tempest shoot, another great individual in Isaac. We've loved getting to know him and building a friendship with him and doing a heap of commercial stuff with him as well. So shout out to Isaac. He's a very good person, and that was another quality shoot by Abel. Nick. So Nick and I go a long way back. I was best man at his wedding. I lived with Nick. Played footy against each other growing up. Very talented footballer. Yeah, Tello together. Then he went to CSM, and then he essentially allowed us, or made it easier for us to have that conversation around helping them out with their commercial side of their business, being that proactive arm to their business. And yeah, great supporter of ours over the journey, and very good player manager who manages a lot of quality AFL talent. The Greens. It's on the way to Canberra.
On the way to, I think, yeah, Canberra. Toyota's a partner, so.
Flights got cancelled, so the boys had to jump in the trusty Toyota and off they went. Toby's a Toyota ambassador. Tom wants to be a Toyota ambassador. He drives a banged up Corolla, so Toyota, if you're listening, Tom would love to become an ambassador. So
this was a part of the Josh's Cedarfield partnership. Cedarfield were doing some stuff in and around this Oz Open, so yeah, we went along with Josh and had a bite to eat and watched the game on centre court, which was cool.
Novak and
Someone.
it was over pretty quick, 3 sets. Made the newspaper, so that was cool. Mark McGowan called one, I think it was a Thursday afternoon or Friday afternoon, and had a quick chat around the commercial market within sport, specifically AFL, and wanted a bit of a deep dive in regards to our business and what we were doing alongside CSM and where we felt like it was going, and yeah, feel privileged to be able to have a say and play a small part in it. So that was a cool article.
Big slice, day one at Temper HQ.
You got the shirt. Has he worn a shirt since?
Yeah, I think that's the only day he's ever worn a collar.
Only day.
Well, Sam Kimbo was our second ever employee of the business, so he's been with us now, as we record this, probably, 3 months?
Well, you probably, to be honest, it's probably not in the script, but you probably need to jump in the middle.
You're just taking over the shoe, that's right.
So what were your
You tell
sort
us.
of first impressions?
First impressions of the business. Yeah, it's been fantastic. I think that everything that the boys stood for aligned with what I was looking for in my next job. Very family focused. Want to do things that they're passionate about. So yeah, it made sense for me to jump on board, and yeah, 3 months in and we're going strong.
This is from our latest camp, I believe, at Cranbrook and at Giants HQ. On the left there is a big delivery from Harris Farms, who's their first camp on board as a partner, so it's been great having their fresh produce. B1 and B2 in the middle there. The hardest workers on the planet. Couldn't do it without them.
So that's
Isaac doing what Isaac does.
Bruce and Baz,
autographs.
our fathers, so they've been massive help since day one and very passionate about the camps and the kids and everything. So that is actually Toby and Isaac.
That's right.
Toby, the Swan supporter, turned 100, was it? I just make that up. I'm gonna make
I think he's 100, yeah.
Yeah, so that was Toby and Isaac, and yeah, signing sessions at the end of the day, which is always a hit. So the boys and girls are very generous with their time, so we're very appreciative. This is Sarah. So this came about organically as well. James Ward, Bursty called, said Coxie out of Adelaide, who we used to work with, has a connection with Sarah, who's a guru in the Pilates space. Can you have a chat with her? So had a chat, first and foremost, with her and her partner, James. They are terrific people. So there's a common theme throughout this presentation is we only want to work with good people. And I think that's the benefit of owning your own business. You get to choose who you work with. And she's a very good person. She's an expert in her space. We've already done a heap with her, so we've come on board to help commercialise her brand, which she's never done before. As I said, she's an expert in the Pilates space, and there's heaps we can do together. And yeah, appreciate their support as well, and exciting times ahead.
So now that you've roughly seen the last 2 years, in 2 years' time, where do you think you'll be? Where do you think we'll be in 2 years' time?
That's a better way of putting it. Well, some things will stay the same. We'll be working with good people. That won't change. What else won't change? That'll be the...
Yeah, I think how we go
Constant.
about it, it's working with good
Same.
people, it's honesty, it's transparency, it's dealing in the right way. So we don't ever look at short term, it's always long term. Yeah, it's changing the landscape, like it's continually pushing the boundaries in regards to what we're doing and how we're doing it and staying ahead of the game. We'll be a bit bigger.
Yeah, in 2 years' time, the team will be bigger by then,
Yep.
hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We'll get everyone in the shot. Yeah, I think it's just, we're not afraid of having a crack, for lack of a better term, at opportunities. So it won't be the same as what it is today, and that's a great thing. There'll be components that remain the same, but there'll be hopefully whole new divisions attached to the business. So that's exciting. I think that's a benefit of what we do. It's exciting each day. Like I said, it was similar to what we pitched in initially, but there's so many different aspects to the business now as well, and exciting things going on. So yeah, up to us to where we take it all together, but just need the right people on board to achieve what we want to achieve. So in a good spot. Thank you, Sam.
Very good.
And your brother, he was in the news today, mate.
Was he?
Yeah, did you see Herald Sun?
What
Did a
happened?
big write-up on him. Just
There's Ducati's in the paper.
What's happened to him?
no, just around his resigning it.